will be the problem of feedback. Or if I may put it in theological terms, how does man follow the will of God if the will of man is perverse? The theologians say, you cannot do this without having divine grace, or the power to follow the will of God. How then do you get grace? Why is grace given to some and not to others? If I cannot follow the will of God by my own effort because my will is selfish, how will my will, which is selfish, be transformed into an unselfish will? If I cannot do it because I am already the selfish will, then grace must do it. Then grace must do it. If grace has not already done it, why not? Because I didn't accept it. But by definition, I had no power to accept it because my will was selfish. Must I then become a Calvinist and say that only those people who are predestined to receive grace will be able to live the good life? The good life. Then we come back to the inadmissible position that people who live evil lives and do not get grace because they are not predestined to it out of the
I decided that I wanted to play some Stormbound.
I
haven't played this in a long time, it seems like. And we got our boy Alan Watts talking with some nice beats in the background. So I just wanted to make it nice, chill, real chill. And if the background's too distracting, I can get rid of it. But for now, I just didn't feel like setting that up.
That is a nice little tangle.
But here we are, playing some nice Stormbound.
If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. One who abandons that desire attains nirvana, which is supreme peace, liberation, supreme peace, liberation, supreme peace, liberation. Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath. That is, exhale the breath. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now, if you breathe in and hold it, you lose your breath. But if you breathe out, it comes back to you. It comes back to you. So the principle here is, if you want life, don't cling to it. Let go. Let go. But the problem is, if I desire not to desire, is that not already desire? How can I desire not to desire? How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely an urge to hold on, to cling to life, to continue to survive? To survive. To survive. I can see rationally that by clinging to myself I may strangle myself. I may be like a person who has a bad habit, as a result of which he is committing suicide. And he knows that, but can't give it up, because the means of death are so sweet. So, it all comes down to this basic question, that human beings have for a long, long time been concerned about transforming their minds. Is there any way in which one's mind can be transformed? Or is it simply a process which is nothing more than a vicious circle? I could ask, why have you come here this afternoon? What were you looking for? Would it be too presumptuous of me to say that you were looking for help? Looking for help. That you hoped you would hear somebody who had something to say that would be of help and relevance to you as members of a world which is running into the most intense difficulty. A world beset by a complex of problems, any one of which would be bad enough. But when you add together all the great political, social, and ecological problems with which we are faced, they are appalling. And one naturally says, the reason why we are in such a mess is not simply that we have wrong systems for doing things, whether they be technological, political, or religious, but we have the wrong people. The systems may be all right, but they are in the wrong hands because we are all, in various ways, self-seeking, lacking in wisdom.
This guy, the GG, and he's not giving it to me.
Lacking in courage.
He quit. That's why we're waiting here. We just closed the app. And that was
Afraid
that.
of pain.
G fucking G, dude.
Unwilling really to cooperate with others. Unwilling to be open to
I came back.
others. And we all think that's too bad. It's me that's wrong.
One short. It's a good thing I have something that easy.
It's me that's wrong.
I think they always got me every time, but they don't leave any units up there to keep their bar up there.
And if only I could
So
be
it's
the
like
right person.
they're fucking themselves doing that.
Is this man going to tell me something that will help me to change myself so that I will be a more creative and cooperative member of the human race? I would like to improve. So in so many people's minds and from so many different angles, there is this urgent feeling that I must improve me. And this is critically important. Because it's obvious,
Look at this guy.
at least it's
There
superficially
he is again.
obvious, that the way things are, we are going to hell fast.
But
Now,
there he is
in
again.
this question, can I improve me? There is the obvious difficulty that if I am in need of improvement, the person who's going to do the improving is the one who needs to be improved. And there immediately we have a vicious circle. You want grace? Well, ask God, maybe he'll give it to you.
Fuck.
And the theologian will tell you, yes, God gives his grace freely. He gives it to all because he loves all. It's here like the air. All you have to do is receive it. Or a more orthodox, a Catholic Christian would say, all you have to do is to be baptized, to take the holy sacrament of the altar, the bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ, and there is the grace right there.
That was a risk I took and I
And it's
lost.
given by these simple physical means so that it's very easily and readily available. Well, a lot of people got baptized, and it doesn't always take. People fall from grace. Why do they?
Ugh, easy enough.
You see, we're just talking about the same old problem, but we put it a step up. But it's the same problem. How can I improve myself? Was the first problem. The second problem is, how can I accept grace? They're both the same problem. Because you got to make a move, which will put yourself out of your own control into the control of a better. If you don't believe in the Christian kind of a God, you can believe in the Hindu kind of a God, who is your inner self. You see, you've got a lower self, which you can call your ego. That's that little scoundrelous fellow. It's always.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to take a hit.
But behind the ego, there is the Atman, the inner self, the inward light, as Quakers would call it, the real self, the spirit, which is substantially identical
So I take
with God.
6 from both sides, or 3 from both sides,
you've got
right?
to meditate
And then I put this
in such a
here
way
and
that you
kill
identify
the
with your
before
higher
here.
self.
And then he'll
Now, how
become
do you do
completely-
that?
So I'm only taking 3 hits
Now, how do you do that?
instead of
Well, you start by watching
a whole lot
all your
more.
thoughts very carefully. Watching your feelings, watching your emotions, so that you begin to build up a sense of separation between the watcher and what is watched. So that you begin to build up a sense of separation
Man, I keep losing.
between the watcher
He's getting real lucky with this fucking
and
card.
what is watched.
Oh, dude, give me my what's it called? Damn it.
So that you are, as it were, no longer carried away by your own stream of consciousness. You remain the witness, impassively, impartially, suspending judgment and watching it all go on. And watching it all go on. That seems to be something like progress. At least you're taking an objective view of
I
what
love
is
this
going
card.
on.
Moves up 2, and then when it dies, it spawns more
Of what is
of
going
those
on.
frogs. So it gets
You are
me up there
beginning
and
to be
keeps
in a
me up there,
position
which
to
is real
control
nice
it.
to
But
have.
just wait a minute. Who is this self behind the self, the watching self? Can you
So I
watch
don't
that
want to lose
one?
my line here.
It's interesting if you do, because you find out, of course, that this is just as the problem of grace is nothing more than a transposition of the first problem. How am I to be unselfish? By my own power. It becomes, how am I to get grace by
You know
my
what,
own
fuck it.
power?
I just
So,
turned
in
1
the
to
same
what,
way,
7?
we find
8.
that the watching self, or the observing self, behind all our thoughts and feelings,
See you.
is
There he is.
itself a thought.
See you again.
That is to say, when the police enter a house in which there are thieves, the thieves go up from the ground floor to the first floor. When the police arrive on the first floor, the thieves have gone up to the second. And so to the third, and finally out to the roof. And so when the ego
Okay,
is about to be
strange.
unmasked, it immediately identifies with the
Hey,
higher
thanks so much for
self.
joining the dance party, homie.
It goes up a level. goes up
Welcome. I hope you have some fun here.
because
Damn it,
the
I really
religious
wanted that
game is simply a refined and highbrow version of the ordinary game. How can I outwit me? How can I one-up me? So, if I find, for example, that in the quest for pleasure, the ordinary pleasures of the world, food, sex,
It still says I was playing.
power, food,
Sup, Sound Priest?
sex,
I'm glad you like this game, dude. I fucking love this game too. It is great.
food, sex,
Um,
power,
my buddy just got me into Hearthstone, and it like really reminded me of this game.
sex.
So I've been wanting to play this since late last night.
All this becomes a drag. And I think, no, it isn't there. So I go in for the arts.
Tell me about you. Like, what's your level? How you doing cards? What do you
Saw
play?
myself in those pleasures. Those pleasures.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Those pleasures. And after a while, they aren't the answer. So I go to psychoanalysis. And then I found out that's not the answer. I go to religion. But I'm still seeking what I was seeking when I wanted candy bars. I want to get that goodie. Only I see now that, of course, it's not going to be a material goodie.
This PC version's been out for a while, my
All
man.
material goodies fall
Did you
apart.
just start
Maybe
being
this
level
is
11?
spiritual goodie that's not going to fall.
How long you been playing?
But in that quest, the quest is not different from the quest for the candy bar. Same old story. Only you've refined the candy bar and made it abstract and holy and blessed and so on. So it is with the higher self. The higher self's your old ego. And you sure hope it is eternal, indestructible and all-wise. But then
There
the
you
great
go,
problem is how
my
to get
man.
that higher self working. How does it make any difference to what you do and what
Oh
you
my god, what
think?
did you just play? What was that? Level 5, wow.
I know all kinds of people who've got this
What,
higher self
what deck
going,
do you use when you play?
practicing their yoga, but they're just like ordinary people. Sometimes a little worse. And they can fool themselves. They can fool
Don't put it there,
themselves.
don't put it there. Okay, cool. Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there.
They can fool
Yes.
themselves.
Oh, that's even better.
They can say, for example, well, my point of view in religion is very liberal. I believe that all religions have divine
Linear
revelation.
choice interface, right. I only play with
But I
the
don't
Shadow
understand
Fed.
the way you people fight about it. You fight, say that
Other decks
we
feel weird, but I used to play with
Jehovah's
Iron.
Witnesses have
I used to play with the
real
Ironclad.
religion.
But then I'm like, these guys are kind of broken because I just, you know,
Others
I
say,
can steal
well,
their
Roman
units,
Catholics
I can
have it.
poison their
And
units.
the Muslims say,
I like
no,
these
it
guys
is
a
in the
lot.
Quran. And this is the right way. This is the right way. And somebody else gets up and he may be a rather highbrow Catholic and say, well, God has given the Spirit through all the traditions, but ours is the most refined and mature. And then somebody comes along and says, well, as I said, they're all
Ah, you bitch.
equally revelations of the divine.
I
And in
hate
seeing this, of
I
course,
hate
I'm
this
much more
deck. I
tolerant
hate
than you are.
I hate people who play this deck so much.
You see? How that game is going to work? See, I could take this position. Supposing you regard me as some sort of a guru, and you know how gurus hate each other. They're always putting each other down. And I could say, well, I don't put other gurus down.
Using poison in some
See,
it's
that
not
outwits all.
obvious and difficult.
See, we're always doing that.
Like, I don't focus on it. I don't focus on the poison, but it's just a thing that's there, just in case.
By the most incredibly subtle means. So you see that, you see? And you say, I realize
This deck is just all about getting in and just
how do I not do that?
trying to fuck your opponent up by shoving them inside of your base. Look at that, GG's.
Well, I'd be better that way. Yeah, but why do you want to be better?
By the way, in case if this is your first time playing on PC, for some reason they give you 10 coins whenever you win, and then if you want to switch this thing up, you don't have to watch an ad or anything. It's really strange. Oh man,
because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
2 years?
Because
I want to say.
all the do-gooders in the
I've been playing this for a while.
Doing good for others
A
or doing
long
it for
while.
themselves are troublemakers.
Oh man,
Troublemakers.
like
On the
before the
basis of
dragons
kindly
came out,
Let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up
a
a tree.
long time ago. Oh my
Kindly
god,
let
is
me
that level
help you
5?
or you'll drown, said the
Oh
monkey,
shit.
putting the fish safely up a tree.
Oh shit.
Kindly let me help you or you'll
Alright,
drown,
I'll meet you
said the
halfway,
monkey,
dude.
putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree.
What about you, my man? How long you been playing? Oh, you bitch. Wait till level 3, his is level 4? Yeah. Damn it, he gets to put war out.
We white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, British, German, American, have been on a rampage.
Shit can happen. That's this guy's name. I just realized that. That's
to improve the world.
That's funny.
To improve the world.
Oh my God!
We have
Okay.
given the
Oh,
benefits
why are you
of
using
our
that card?
culture, our religion, our technology to everybody, except perhaps the Australian Aborigines. And we have insisted that they receive the benefits of our culture, even our political
Yeah, fuck
styles, our democracy. You better be democratic, or we'll shoot you.
Yeah, that's what I typically do. I do the same thing actually. I'll just like, I'll play for a while and then I'll hop off, and then randomly I'll pick it back up. It's a good time killing game, definitely. I have a lot of downtime at work, so I play this. I put on some music and I play this all the time as well.
How do you know what's
Oh, you
good for other
bitch!
people?
Just took it right back.
How do you know what's good for you? If you say you want to improve, then you ought to know what's good for you. But obviously you don't. Because if you did, you would be improved.
Damn.
So we don't know. It's like the problem of geneticists, which they face today. I went to a meeting of geneticists not so long ago where they gathered in a group of philosophers and theologians and said, now look here, we need help. We now are on the verge of figuring out how to breed any kind of human character we would want to have. We can give you saints, philosophers, scientists, great politicians,
do?
anything you
You
want. Just tell us.
bitch.
What kind of
Oh,
human
this
beings
guy's
are we
like
gonna
right
breed?
even with me. This is annoying.
So I said, how will those of us who are genetically unregenerate make up our minds what genetically generate people might be? Because I'm afraid very much that our selection of virtues may not work. It may be like, for example, this new kind of high-yield grain, which is becoming ecologically destructive.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, when we
That's what I'm gonna do.
interfere with the processes
Let's cry.
of nature and breed
Go here, go here.
efficient
Fuck you.
plants and efficient animals, there's always some way in which we have to pay for it. And I can well see that eugenically produced human
how do you feel about the
beings-
dragons, by the way? I'm really iffy on them. I don't know if I like them. People use them the worst way ever.
We could have a plague of virtuous people.
It's steal my free time because
Do you
I took a
realize
ton
that?
already.
Do you realize
You gotta have nothing to do and then play this game. If you try to
considered in itself is virtuous,
like play this game
it does its thing, but in crowds,
professionally
they're
or
often
whatever, you're just gonna waste all your money pretty much. It's pay to win,
like
so
a crowd of
I wouldn't
ants
do
or
that.
locusts on the rampage. They're all perfectly good animals, but it's just too much. I could imagine a perfectly pestiferous mass of 1,000,000 saints.
Oh.
So I said to these people, look, there's the only thing you can do. Just be sure that a vast variety of human beings is maintained. Don't please breed us down to a few
Okay,
excellent
here,
types.
just gonna kill that
Excellent for
first.
what?
Pay to
Excellent
win,
for
dude.
what?
100% pay to
You
win.
never know how circumstances are going to change
You're not wrong, but
and how
it's still fun.
our need for different kinds of people changes. At one time, we may need very individualistic and aggressive people. At another time, we may need
Now
very
you can't move forward.
cooperative, teamwork.
Why would you do that?
At another time, we may need people who are full of interest in
is
dexterous
itchy.
manipulation of the external world. At another time, we may need
Oh, that's
people
why. That makes
who
sense.
explore into their own psychology and are introspective. There is no knowing.
Okay.
But the more varieties and the more
gonna
skills
be
we have,
gone.
obviously, the better.
So if he's gonna move up unless he kills
So
it here.
you see, here again, the
No,
problem
it
comes
didn't.
out in genetics.
Strange. Okay.
We do not really know how to interfere with the way the world is.
So I definitely need to do this. Let's go to 2 left here, I think. Yes, and then I can do this because they're practically useless. So let him pull over. It's gonna come down. Already did that. I'm an idiot. Okay. I mean, yeah, I have a couple dragons, but none of them are leveled up enough for me to like really use them for anything. So I just gotta keep waiting until I get more cards to level them up.
Is an enormously complex, interrelated organism.
Ah, shit.
The same problem arises in medicine because the body is a very complexly interrelated organism.
Okay. I
And if you
don't
look
have
at
much
the
right
body
now
in
that
a
I can
superficial
do
way,
anything.
you may see there's something wrong with it. Here's chickenpox. And there's spots that itch that come out all over the place. Well, you might say,
Wow,
well,
he's like
the spots
really
are
up on the
there,
grill
cut
right
'em
here.
off. So you kill the bug. Well, then you find you've got real problems. Because you have to introduce some bugs to kill the bug. It's like bringing rabbits into Australia. And that starts going all over the place and getting out of hand.
Nah.
But then you think, well, now wait a minute. It wasn't the bugs in the blood. There are bugs all over the place. What was wrong with this
Oh,
person?
yeah, I do.
That his blood system suddenly became vulnerable
Gotcha.
to those particular bugs. His resistance wasn't up. Therefore, what you should have given him was not an antibiotic, but vitamins.
There. Hopefully that
Okay,
worked.
so we're going to build
Helped
up
you
his
out there.
resistance.
Alright, fuck it, I'm doing that.
But resistance to what? You may build up resistance to this and this and this.
See, I don't have a.
Then there's another one that loves that situation.
I don't have a. I sound really loud in my headphones, and the music was just like just perfect in my headphones. But apparently, it's a lot different from what I'm hearing than what everyone else is hearing. I should just assume that whatever music's playing is like really loud compared to me. How do I sound compared to it now? Do I sound okay? I never know.
And so on.
Where are you putting that? You bitch nugget.
See the human being from their point of view. There are a few generalists, but they realize the
All
human
right.
body is so complicated that
That'll
no
work.
one mind
Yep,
can
perfect.
understand it.
Alright, I'm gonna clear this board.
Furthermore,
I'm gonna get rid of all those people as long as he doesn't play something else. Damn it!
Oh
What do
my
we then do about the population problem?
Ah, fuck.
We stopped cholera. The
Yeah, I'm
black
still gonna do the same thing I was gonna do though.
We're getting the better of tuberculosis.
Maybe.
We may fix cancer and heart disease. Then what will people die?
Oh shit.
Well, then let's go on living.
So I could do this,
There'll be enormous quantities of it.
and then do
Then we have to
this,
fix this birth thing.
and then do
Pills for everyone.
this.
Then we
And then
find
pray I
out
get a
the
zero.
effects and
Nope.
Side effects of those pills. What are the psychological
Oh, now I get it.
Men and women are not breeding children in the usual way. We don't know.
All right, so he's got no more people on there though,
We don't know.
but his bar is still here, so we're still at a disadvantage.
And what seems a good thing today
I don't trust this guy.
turns out tomorrow to have been a disaster.
He's gonna put
What seemed in the moral and
he's
spiritual
gonna put something
sphere
here
too,
and eat
like
these guys and move
virtues
forward, and then I'm gonna have to
in
deal with
times
that.
past
And then he could just shove people down this
are
way.
easily seen
Oh no, he's
today
using the Lich
as
Summoners right there.
as evil.
Strange.
Let's take
And now
an
he could just send
example
people down here
Inquisition.
for
In its own
willy-nilly.
day, among Catholics,
Or
the
just
Holy
block it off
Inquisition
completely.
was
That works too.
regarded as we today regard the practice of psychiatry. You see, you feel that in curing a person of
Yeah.
cancer, almost anything is justified.
Okay.
The most complex operation, the most weird surgery. People suspended for days and days on end on the end of tubes with X-ray penetration, burning.
Okay, I can
Or people
destroy
undergoing
you.
shock treatment. People
Right.
locked in the colorless,
And then
monotonous
do
corridor.
this.
Mental institute. In all
And
good
then
faith,
I can just.
they knew that witchcraft and heresy were terrible things.
Cool. All right, it's something. I got something out there. At least I moved his bar up one.
Imperiling people's souls forever and ever.
Yeah.
So any means were justified to cure people of heresy. We don't change.
Okay, so I got 1 billion units on the board. Where are you putting it?
We don't
Of course you're putting it there.
We're doing the same thing today.
That's fine because he can't really go anywhere, which is okay.
We can look back at those people
that
and see
5?
how evil
Yes,
that
it is.
was. But we can't see it in
Put
ourselves.
that right there. And, okay, just the one. Cool, that's fine.
So therefore, beware.
We need more. Okay. Okay. Alright, so you. Bye bye. Put you here. Okay, something. You're gonna fight them. Kill them.
Lao Tzu, the Chinese
Thank you.
philosopher, said,
I love how
"The
I could
highest
just call that
virtue
sometimes.
is not virtue.
Do you ever use that dragon? Do you ever use Treg
But inferior virtue
Treg
cannot
Tregor?
let go of
Tregor
being
the
virtuous,
Vengeful?
and therefore is not virtue. Translated in more of a periphrastic way,
So I don't know if you know, but
the highest
he's
virtue
a
is not
decent
conscious of
hero,
itself as
and
virtue.
when he dies, he does, yeah, he gives 8 strength, deals 7 damage, responds 6 strength unit, and I want to say 95% of the time he deals 7 damage,
But it's not virtue. But it's not
at
virtue.
least from my experience.
In other words, when you breathe, you don't congratulate yourself on being virtuous. But breathing is a great virtue.
Oh, right there, that works too.
It's living. When you come out with beautiful eyes, blue or brown or green as the case may be, you don't congratulate yourself for having grown one of the most fabulous jewels on earth. So it's just eyes. You don't
There.
count it a virtue.
Go up. You just sit there. Turn around.
To entertain
this.
the miracles of color and form.
Only units. I don't get along with buildings. I used to when I used my ironclad deck, I used buildings in that one for sure. But I don't know how people do it. People get away with having buildings all the time. I like to focus more on units. Like this is typical for me. They'll be beating me in the beginning, and then I just come back and destroy them. I let them get a false sense of security before I take over the board, as you can tell.
That's real virtue.
I used to use that one building that would randomly shoot your opponent's units on the board.
They're imitation virtues. And they usually create trouble.
Oh wow, he's actually using the toad.
Because more
Dig it.
diabolical things are done in the name of righteousness
Yeah, after this game, I can show you my other decks.
Of whatever nationality or political frame of mind
Okay.
or religion always goes to war with a sense of complete rightness. The other side is the devil. Our opponents, whether in China
It's scary. When people GG me,
Vietnam,
I get worried, I'm not gonna lie.
same feeling of righteousness about what they're doing as we have on our side.
It's kind of terrifying.
A plague on both houses. Because,
I mean, I got nothing else. I got some
as Confucius
pretty
said,
weak cards that draw.
the goody-goodies are the thieves.
Yeah, I completely blocked this guy off now. Alright, so now I got some good ones. Let's hope he doesn't kill them all.
Which is the form of our own proverb. The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Damn.
So, in a way, the moral, or the immoral, of
Okay.
these considerations is that if you are really aware
Just gonna go over.
of your own inner workings,
Okay. So
you will realize there's nothing you can do to improve yourself. Because you don't know
Stay
what
up
better
top.
is. In any case,
Alright, put you there. Ooh, do I wanna? I think I should play this first.
and you who will do the improving are the one who needs to be improved.
Ah, fuck! I got rid of one. Damn it! I hate when it
And this
does shit
also
like that.
goes for society.
Man, that's annoying.
We can change society.
Alright, pop him.
We can get enormous enthusiasm going out of the idea
Oh, wow.
that there is a revolution afoot and that this revolution is going to set everything to right. Do you know
Oh, your
revolution
strongest
has
card
ever
on
set
the
anything
field?
to
Let me
right?
give it another boost. Thanks, game.
Whether the revolution came from the left wing or from the right wing, the best forms of government that have ever existed in the world are those which muddled through. Where they
See-
didn't
see what I
have a
mean?
Very clear setup of control, but they muddle along.
Do you see that?
A kind of what I'll call controlled anarchy.
Man, bullshit. Total bullshit.
Seems to work out better than anything else.
Okay.
When we have a great
I gotta run out
system,
real quick. I gotta run out.
great
Probably be
power
like
to put it into
10,
effect,
15 minutes.
there's always more
You're
violence,
welcome to stay.
more trouble.
You do what you want, but I'm gonna end the stream and I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go run out and get gas real quick. Ain't nothing to it. So thanks for being here, Son. Thanks for talking to me. When I come back, I'm gonna hop back on this game. So if you want to come back, more than welcome. I'll be here. So, but thanks for sitting here talking with me, my man.